Hello everybody, so welcome back. So in the previous video we have gone through a VPC wizard configuration and how to create it using that. So now let's create a VPC using manually instead of a wizard. So to do so we need to go to your VPCs, and here we have a button called create VPC. So now we'll create an VPC with a manual steps instead of an wizard based. So let's get started with it. Let's get create. So here when we click on the VPC create VPC button, so in window prompts and naming that to give the details of the naming tag and CADR block. CADR is nothing but classless inter-domain routing, which is a network option. So let's give a name for a VPC. So let's give it as Maneendra, and let's give a IP CADR IP address as 192.168.0.0/16, and here IP no IP CADR and Amazon provided. So let's keep it as default, and here we have an option called Tennessee. So here instead of dedicated we shall use a shared tenancy. Instead of, as of now we are not using any dedicated hardwares. So create a VPC. So now here we can see that a VPC has been created with CADR block and a routing table and network access control. But the difference between the wizard and the manual based configuration is when you click on subnets, see, you can see that there are no subnets created, but you have a routing table and there are no internet gateways. So for that we need to create the subnets and the internet gateway. So now let's create a subnet. So subnets are in which we create in instances and which associate those instances to this particular subnets. So let me name it as subnet 1. So the VPC as of now it's only one with for this particular region, and the CADR block is associated. So availability zone we select as South AP South 1A, and we give an IPv6 block particular to this subnet. So we give as 192.168.1.0/24. So let's create this. It's been created. So after that let's create one more subnet 2, and preferences within the same availability zone, and the IP would be deferred with 2 as a difference /24. So we have created an IP block for the subnet 2. So it's been associated to the same 192.168.0.0/16. See, you can /16, and here you can see the CADR blocks created. Now we have 2 subnets. Now here you can see that to get access to the internet we need to create internet gateway. So by default these subnets don't have internet access, so we need to provide internet access by creating internet gateway. So now let's go ahead and create internet gateways. So here you can see internet gateway, click on it, and you have an option called create internet gateway. So name it as internet G1. and create it. Voila, this is been created, and now the state is detached, so let's make it as attached. So now we'll attach it to the VPC. It's not, we are not as a attaching it to the subnet, we are attaching it to the VPC. So as of now we have only one VPC, so it's been automatically taken. So now we attached it, so the state has been changed, and you can see VPC with an ID. So here the internet gateway, you can see the tags here, and when you come to the routing table, there are no explicitly associated subnet gateways. So we have created internet gateways, and we have mentioned that it should be associated to it, but the routing tables which do not show how to get to the internet, it only shows. So these routing tables doesn't show how to get pass through the internet. These routes only know how to get inside to instance between 192.168.0.0. So these routes don't know how to go through the internet. So we need to configure this particular route to access the internet via internet gateway. So now we'll modify the routing tables. So to do so, we need to click on edit, and here to allow all the traffic we need to specify 0.0.0.0/0. So in this case, which allows all the traffic, so let's name it. And so here we got the internet gateway we created. So now all the traffic associated to the internet gateway are allowed. So now I'll save it. So now it's successful. Now what we'll do is we'll launch an EC2 instance. Let's go to EC2 instance. So as of now there are 0 instances running, and security group is created by default. So let's launch an instance. Let's go for a simple Windows instance. I'm searching for a free tier. Yep, I think I got a free tier 2012 base. So let me select it. Let me go for free tier, and let's configure the instance details. So number of instances 1, purpose option request post instances will leave it by default for the purposes of our demo, and the network we are having the auto selected VPC, and subnets we are selecting the first one, subnet 1, sorry. So auto is a public IP address, so we'll leave it by default. IAM role we haven't created it. So, and the shutdown behavior would be stopped. These are all, we'll leave it as default, and tenancy we'll use shared instance because we don't have any hardware instances which are dedicated. So now here we have a network interface, and we'll create these network interfaces later on after creating an instance. So let's review. Instead we'll go for a security group where it has a custom where it allows, as you specified, will allows all the traffic. So we'll give my IP. We'll see what happens when we give custom IP. Yeah, let's what happens we'll see in the next phase. So why I'm giving that. So we are good to go here, which gives all the details of the instance launch. So for our instance, as this is a new VPC we are creating under a specific region, so we need to create a new key pair. Let's name it as M. Okay, and download a key pair. So key pair is downloaded and its instance has been launched. So let's go to the EC2 instances and you can see running instances. So it's still in the pending state where it's making the instance up. So let's wait till this been up. So now the instance is up. So now we need to get the username and password for this particular instance. So now we get Windows password. So password not available yet, so please wait. So as the instance is launched now, so we need to wait at least for 4 to 5 minutes. So now let's try. So let's try for getting a Windows password now. Yep, so now it's not giving any prompt that wait for a certain time. So here it's asking for a key pair, just we have downloaded. So let's give it. So here is a key pair. So it's a encrypt from, we'll decrypt it. So here is the password which we can connect to the remote desktop. Copy it. So let's keep it in a notepad. So yes, so don't try with this IP because it may not be available later on. Okay, let's close it. So now we have an instance, but let's also create an elastic IP. So to do that, we have an option here to go to the network interfaces and create an elastic IP. So here we don't have any elastic IP, so let's allocate a new address. So required, so new elastic IP, select new scope will be used. So let's create it. So now we have an elastic IP, so which is not allocated, so let's allocate it. So now we'll elect, so it's asking for should we allocate it for instance or a network. So let's allocate for instance. So here only, as of now there is only one instance running, so we'll allocate it to it. And let's give an private IP as 192.1.45. So now associate. So now it's been done. So now let's also create an elastic network interface. So here we have NVZ already running. So create a new another network interface. ENI1 -1. Select the subnet 1. Auto assign. Let's make it as auto assign. So let's take a wizard one. Yeah, no, let's take a security group as one. Let's create. So now it's done and available. Let's allocate it. Attached to instance which is running. Attached. So now it's attached both with subnet 1. So now so anyway we got the password, and now we'll first verify whether our IP is able to be communicated via our network. So we have our IP here. Paste it. So you can see it's timeouted. So let's verify what's the cause here. As I told, let's first verify the communication. So the issue might be with the security groups, where our inbound rules might be deferred. So let's scroll it little up, edit. So here we have a custom IP. So let me select it as my IP, save it. And I think we have also associated our VPC security group. Oh, yeah, that's good now. Now let's verify now. So now, so here the issue is with the interface where I have connected to the network. So let's try with the RDP, where so here we can download the RDP by connecting it. So we can download the remote desktop file. So here anyway it's already downloaded here. So if you click on that and specify connect, and it will ask for the password. So let's copy this password that we have pasted and paste it. So now it will ask for some authentication. And so now, yeah, the remote desktop is up. So it may take some time. So it's trying to make the system up. So this is how we try to connect to the remote desktop when we create an instance and we try to connect it. And basically the main agenda of this video is how to create an VPC with all the options which it asks. So thank you guys, and so in the next video I will be giving you more updates and maybe demo sessions on other concepts of AWS. Thank you. Bye.